All right, today's gospel reading is from Matthew chapter 11, verses 27 through 30. As always, I'll be doing the explanation according to the blessed Theophylact, who is an archbishop from the Ohrid region of Bulgaria from the 11th century. Verse 27, all things are given unto me by my Father. That's part 1 of 27. Explanation there. In his preceding words, he said to the Father, Father, thou hast revealed, lest you think that he himself does nothing and that everything is of the Father. He says, all things have been given to me, and both the Father and I have the same authority. And when you hear given, do not think that means given as to a servant or a subordinate, but rather as bestowed upon a son. It is because he was begotten of the Father that those things were given to him. For if he were not begotten and yet were of the same essence of the Father, those things need not have been given to him, because he would already have possessed them. See what he says. All things have been given, not by a master, but by my Father. As for example, when a handsome child is born of a handsome father, the child says, I have been given, that is, I have inherited my Father's beauty. Second part of 27, and no man knoweth the Son but the Father, neither knoweth any man the Father save the Son, and he to whomsoever the Son willeth to reveal him. Explanation there. He says something great. There is nothing marvelous in my being the master of all things, since I possess something even greater, that is, to know the Father, and knowing him to reveal him to others. Consider them. He said above that the Father has revealed the mysteries to babes, and here the Son reveals the Father. You see, then, the single power of the Father and the Son, since both the Father and the Son reveal. Verse 28, come unto me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Explanation there. He calls all mankind, not only the Jews, but also the Gentiles. By those that labor, understand the Jews, who follow the strict observances of the law and labor in the occupation of fulfilling the commandments of the law. Those who are heavy laden are the Gentiles, who are oppressed by the burdens of sin. To all these does Christ give rest. For to believe, to confess, and to be baptized, what labor is it? Is it not rather rest? For here in this life you are unburdened of the things which you did before your baptism, and there in the next life rest awaits you. And verses 29 to 30, take my yoke upon you, and learn from me that I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy, and my burden is light. Explanation there. The yoke of Christ is humility and meekness, for he who humbles himself before all men has rest and remains untroubled. But he who is vainglorious and arrogant is ever encompassed by troubles, as he does not wish to be less than anyone, but is always thinking how to be esteemed more highly and how to defeat his enemies. Therefore, the yoke of Christ, which is humility, is light, for it is easier for our lowly nature to be humbled than to be exalted. But all the commandments of Christ are also called a yoke, and they are light because of the reward to come, even though for a time they appear heavy.